This is the Lone Wolf, and today's just an easygoing day. Nothing major going on. My main character got itself lost in a wormhole, so what I'm doing today is, thanks to the generosity of the amazing people at Wingspan, I was able to get myself ready to move that ship into a safer place. My my Omega clone is... I've done a little bit of faction warfare with it, and the corporation I'm in is not friendly to the Amars, amino acids, I don't know. In any case, I managed to get that ship safely out of the wormhole, and so now my main purpose of the moment is to get that ship to safety. Today is going to be a very, very short stream, strictly because I intend on getting to work tomorrow, and I can't do that without a decent night's sleep. So, we're going to press on today, keep on keeping on. I'm going to get Twitch to fire up on my phone. There it goes. Alright. So as you can see, I have several things going on in my training queue. And basically I bumped up the ability to fly Gallente cruisers so that way I could move it to a safe place. So you'll get to see one of my pirate shooting Vexors that I use as a sniper on my main account. You'll have to excuse the weapons loadout. It's well, I spent about 3 hours in a wormhole in it trying to clear out some sleeper drones, and lo and behold, the wormhole closed on me. So fortunately I happened to have located the wormholes beforehand, and one of the wormholes dropped me off in a Mars space. So that's where the ship is. And I'm not really interested in losing the ship, so we are transporting it. I contracted the ship over to myself, and once I move it into a more safe locality, I will contract it back to myself. And yes, I am still a little under the weather, so I apologize for the sniffles ahead of time.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
So as you see, this is a partial gathering of what I collected while I was out. This ship actually lost a lot of drones. And I do mean a lot of drones. I actually had to cycle some in from my gathering while I was out and about. So, there we go.
Warp drive active.
Now, most of this trip is through high sec, so I'm not really too worried about losing this baby. But that's not to say it can't happen. Now, if you take a good look, about half of the ship's systems are disabled because this clone just is not set up for it yet. It will be soon enough, but right now it's not. So, this is primarily used for dealing with pirates in low sec, but I decided to see if I could handle the sleeper drones in J space with it, and didn't exactly work out as planned. Almost lost a ship twice, but I did not lose it. I managed to pull it off, get it repaired, get back in the fight. Did that twice in 3 different sites. And at the very end of it, what wound up happening was I warped back to the wormhole to get out of there, and the wormhole was closed. So, yeah, I panicked. I even put a message out to Eve's scouts, trying to get someone to maybe help me get out of the wormhole. No response to them. I thought about. I was about to see if anybody in Wingspan could help and completely ruin any chance of protection of my main account. But then I took a look at my mapping software, which it appears I've actually closed for the moment, and it said that one of the wormholes was the high sec. So I checked the 2 wormholes, and lo and behold, I was safe. Didn't lose the ship. So now we are heading home. I'll be honest, it was a lot of fun though to really run the risk that I was. Parts of the ship are damaged because somehow I wound up overheating my middle rack. just, yeah, this is the most fun part of this game, traveling.
Warp drive active.
This ship, even with the way I have it set up now, it takes almost 7.5 seconds to go to warp. On my Omega clone, it's just under 6. The problem is that it's slow enough where if anybody were to decide that they wanted to take me out, I would have lost the ship. I probably would have been potted. So I really didn't feel like having that happening. So transferred over to my alts. This is one of my alts. Pushed it over. And then I deliver it safely when I land.
Warp drive active.
I changed the delivery spot so that way it wouldn't cost me as much to deliver it. 10,000 in the contract versus nothing for delivery. Works for me. It just adds a few jumps. Let's see what else I have there. I have a Bellator there. Oh wait, wrong spot. A mining ship. Well, that's a better thing than nothing.
Warp drive active.
Another thing I did was I bounced myself over an overmind accelerator so we can get moving on a little further in here, a little more quickly. Excuse me. This was actually the area I was concerned with, because as you see here, there are some active combatants in Uedama. So I had no real desire to be sitting here for any extended period of time. suspicion. Oh, it's not here. It's somewhere else. Oh, that's what it is. It's code.
Warp drive active.
Lether Bondage. I love it. That's awesome. Oh, man.
Warp drive active.
Yes, awesome names again. Lether Bondage. That was great. Alrighty. Rectify error.
Warp drive active.
Now, there are a couple corporations that specialize in moving gear from A to B. There are actual freighter and freight. Golly, amazing names here. What was I saying? There are some corporations that specialize in hauling freight, moving cargo, and a part of that is actually finding wormhole shortcuts to bypass gate camps. Another part of that is learning the best ways to avoid dealing with less than friendly players, especially in low and nullsec, because you will run into them. I thought about doing that for a little while on my main account. That was actually one of the first things I thought about doing. Well, hello, Valkyrie again. How are you today? Taking it easy today here. I'm just moving my ship from point A to point B for my Omega clone for the moment.
Warp drive active.
Unfortunately, tonight has got to be an early night. I'm I am intending on going into work tomorrow to get some stuff done. But I do appreciate the offer. Also, I'd like to let you know that I left you a very good rating on the customer service survey because I felt that you did an amazingly professional job.
Warp drive active.
Oh, was someone that salty and butthurt about your amazing performances? Come on.
Warp drive active.
Hey, if you don't mind, when I actually do I'm expecting probably in the next 2 or 3 days to be actually putting that one up on my YouTube channel. Do you mind if when I do that, I link to your guys? Some days are better than others, but you mind if I link to your website and your YouTube page when I do that? Because like I said, I made it pretty clear. I love you. I love you guys. You guys are great.
Warp drive.
Consider it done. Typically, yes. Yes, any publicity is good publicity, yes. Excuse me. I almost had to seek you guys out for a little bit of help on my on my Omega clone. My wormhole closed up on me. I was going to ask for whatever it would take, whatever cost it would take to rescue me from a wormhole. I wasn't sure if you guys do that, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to ask, right? Yeah, I was this close to doing it, and then I remembered that I'd scanned the wormholes, and I took a look. What do I use? Pathfinder. I took a look at Pathfinder, and it said that one of the wormholes should have been to HiSec, and it turns out that it dropped me off in Amar space. So I was fortunate enough to save my own skin. Interesting. already. And I will never forget that. I will never forget. Which is this my cloud sipper? Yes, this is my cloud. Why no Warcraft? Well, I play both. Today is EVE Online, and tomorrow maybe World of Warcraft. Also, the other reason is today's a relatively short day. My plan here is to be going to work tomorrow, so I got to get some sleep tonight. So I didn't want to get started in too much in World of Warcraft today. Though it's a shame. Apparently my World of Warcraft videos are slowly disappearing off of Twitch, which... Here, it's just shy of midnight. So, the other night when I was accepting my Wingspan delivery, by the time I logged off, it was almost 2:30 in the morning. I was up pretty late. Oh, me. Definitely worth it. Yes, it was. Oh, okay. What are you doing in Georgetown? Valkyrie. Backwoods is actually one of my IRL friends. I haven't had a chance to chat with them since they got sick, but I figured, well, you know, there he is. I'll say hi. Hopefully they just stay in the truck. You don't have to physically pick them up. Unfortunately, that's on the far side of the country from here. I'm on the East Coast. That's, well, in Vegas, which is much closer to the West Coast. So unfortunately, that would be a negative. I wouldn't mind, but unfortunately not. I'm glad to hear you're better. I really am glad to hear you're better. But, you know, it usually takes a while to get stuff like that squared away. So, that's even if they can. I'm not even sure what that actually is. Let's see here. Isn't that the one that's in Iceland? I think they do that in Iceland, don't they? Yeah, yeah. If I can't make it to Vegas on my dime, I'm not making it to Iceland. But I really wish I could go to one of these. Oh, is it really? That's awesome. And yes, I think pancakes would be good. Unfortunately, I'm working, so or I will be working tomorrow. I've been sick for the past few days. All right. Well, like I said, today is unfortunately going to be a shorter stream because my hope is to be able to get back to work tomorrow. What do I do for a living? Believe it or not, I play video games. They're not the kind of video games most people would think, though. I test video gambling machines, but technically they're all video game software. Pancakes are eternal. Yes, they are. Yes, that is actually my job. That's my real job. Shoot, I'm more than willing to answer what I can. As you can see, there's no faces in the window over here. I have the window open. Is the randomness of the programming legit? I always fear them because I don't believe that these casinos would leave something like that to chance. The randomness is legitimate, okay? But it's a procedural randomization. So, while the randomization is there, depending on the design of the software, it could be used to either have a big build-up and then a big payoff, or little build-ups and little payoffs that, you know, don't quite match up and then eventually hit and drop out. A lot of the machines use what's called a hold percentage. Okay? And I recognize this isn't EVE related, but you know what? That's fine. The hold percentage is how much the machine over the course of its lifetime, and that lifetime is determined by a set number of plays, okay, how much that machine's going to hold. Oh, the electric card shoes are actually pretty cool, and I'll get to those in a second. But, so, in the state that I live in, throughout the casino floors, the total payout is classified between 88 and 92%. So what that means is for every $100, it'll pay out between $88 and $92 over the course of the lifetime of the casino floors. And that may not seem like it's a lot for them to hold on to, but you also have to remember that that factors in the big jackpots, okay? So a lot of people lose a lot of money, but then you're going to have those one or two people that hit, and it balances the sheets for the casinos. So the randomization is legitimate, but it's a structured randomization. So it's not a perfect absolute randomization. It's a randomization based off of a scale, if that makes sense. Now, if you're talking about mechanical reel ones, like the old-timey mechanical reel ones, that ones got really loud, and click and a click and a click and a click, It kind of is, but it's a lot of people have the thought that the machines are specifically designed to only ever hold on to money. It's not quite the way it works. The way it works is the machines are not supposed to just keep paying out, paying out, paying out. And if you had a true pure randomization, you would have absolutely no idea and no way of controlling how much a machine pulled in and put out. So, like any other business, casinos are trying to make money. So yes, they want to go ahead and have those machines pull in. But they have to legally, now mind you, this is based off of where I live and the companies that I work with, okay? And even in Vegas, the better casinos operate in a similar fashion. They can only take in so much without paying any back. Because if they just pull in and pull in and pull in and pull in and never really pay out, then you get racketeering charges, then you get fraudulent pay charges. Then there's a slew of gambling laws in the United States that is specifically there to make it where any legitimate casino cannot just rip people off. Now, granted, the people who wind up benefiting from this the most are typically the people who can sit there and go for hours at a time. But there are legal controls in place to prevent it from just being a stack deck. I hope that answers the question. As for the electronic fair enough. And to be honest, well, I don't mean to make presumptions, but there are a lot of Indian reserves that have casinos where their payout is actually much, much lower than what you'll find in, like, say, Atlantic City or in Ocean City or in even Vegas. And that's because their jurisdiction allows for that kind of hold. Me personally, I stick to blackjack, but I mean like the real blackjack. I don't mean video blackjack, because, well, I'm actually really good at it. My wife blew $140 on a slot machine. I took $20 and won it all back plus. But yeah, if you have any questions about slot machine stuff, I'm more than happy to answer what I legally can. You'll play if it's one deck, no electronics. The thing to remember, okay, see, now mind you, this is based off of my experience in my jurisdiction, okay? So what I'm saying only counts for where I am, all right, in this regard. The casinos that I work at that have the actual dealers, they have the electronic shoes that reshuffle, but they don't reset the shuffle until the deck is halfway through, and you can tell when it doesn't. Nope. So, Magic the Gathering Arena. No, EVE Online. See, it says it right. Oh, it says it right there. EVE Online. But yeah, in the jurisdiction I work in, the electronic shufflers are, I mean, they're actually legitimately, they shuffle the cards as they put them in, but they keep them in a stack, and once that stack gets about half to 2/3 completed, it actually does a full reshuffling of the deck. And it's pretty interesting, but there are some shufflers that are not in my jurisdiction that use optics to read what card it is, and they can resort them in a specific pattern based off of what they're trying to do. And to me, that's shady. Limits counting card? A little bit. But the thing is, with the electronic shoes that we have, you can tell when it's happening because it pauses for a couple seconds and you hear it whirring a little bit as it reshuffles the cards, so you know the counts are resetting. Yes, you hear the shuffle, exactly. So you know that your counts are resetting if you know what you're doing. Now, some of the tables actually still have the classic stack shoes, which I think is kind of interesting, but at the same time counterproductive. I actually don't think I have Magic the Gathering Arena on the system anywhere. I have Pokemon Trading Card Game, if that'll work. I have that because my son likes to play it, so we play it together. You are quite welcome. You're quite welcome, Valkyrie. I'm more than happy. Like I said, whatever I can legally answer, I'm more than happy to answer. It's just you got to remember what I know is based off of where I work. Somehow we went from let's deliver a Vexor to let's talk about slot machines. I have sensitive information that I'm not allowed to disclose or discuss. It's not quite top secret, but it is considered corporate secret. It's considered industry secret stuff. So I can't discuss that. But like I can discuss the randomizers and the logic behind how it works, because anybody who really looks into it can find out it through alternative sources. Plus, I'm also not speaking as a member of my corporation, so it gives me. Cool. You live next to a silo. Is it still an active silo? Roger that. I'll be honest, I cannot envy you. Valkyrie said it's still actively being targeted by various world powers. I do not envy you the slightest on that one. I really don't. And that, I mean that with absolutely no disrespect whatsoever. I'm more than happy to stay on the relatively quiet side of the country. Alright. Well, for as much as I would love to stick up with everybody tonight, like I said, I do need to get some sleep. because my hope is to get into work tomorrow. I plan on being back on tomorrow evening. I'll try to actually be on. I'm not sure if I'll be doing World of Warcraft, EVE Online. I might even throw in some World of Warships just to be funny. But I appreciate everyone from coming. Thank you all. Give me a chat badge. I have no idea how to do that. I'm too noobish at this. Let's see. Alright, but yes, I should be back tomorrow. And I'll either be flying or sailing or whatever. Ah, okay. But dude, how are you going to mod while you're driving, man? Alright, everybody. Again, it has been an absolute pleasure. So, I would like to wish you all a wonderful evening. Fly safe. This is the Lone Wolf, signing off.